But the right way of living is I become something. So it's be, do, and have. First, I become that person. And how do we become the person that we want to in our lives is by doing the inner work. So start with doing the inner work where you become something. So that once you become something, you raise your vibration. And whatever you want is there in the universe. It's there. And it's vibrating at this frequency. And as you do the inner work, you also start vibrating at this frequency. And then like attracts like. So you attract all of that in your life. As you attract that in your life because you have become that person, now it's easy for you to do the work in that field and then have whatever you are looking for, whether it is happiness or financial freedom.
Hello everyone, I'm Jitendra Singh, banker turned entrepreneur and author of the book Pep Hack Mastering the Art of Selling. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Miss Tanya Bhatia. She is a certified life coach, communication coach and soft skill trainer, living by the motto inhale confidence and exhale self-doubt. Skyrocket your true hidden potential. She specializes in having individuals find their best friends within their mindset, emphasizing that one's mindset is the key to inner peace and personal growth. She strongly believes that clarity, confidence, and consistency are vital components of a fulfilling life. Her journey of inner work has transformed her negative thoughts into strong self-belief, inspiring her to share the power of mindset with others. She firmly advocates that any external transformation must begin with inner transformation, making mindset and personal energy pivotal in shaping one's reality. Her coaching approach addresses various challenges such as low confidence, negative emotions, fear of judgment, communication struggles, and unresolved past traumas. Through conscious healing, inner child healing, self-love, and mindful living, she gives individuals to heal themselves and pave the way for designing a beautiful future. By installing confidence and courage from within, she empowers her clients to achieve their life goals. For her, the joy of helping people goes beyond passion. It has become her soul's purpose. So today she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome Tanya, the platform is open and now over to you.
Jitendra ji for introducing me, and hello everyone who is watching this video. As Jitendra ji has already given an introduction about me, I strongly believe that we need to inhale a lot of internal confidence, which is not coming from external validation and which is not coming from the exterior surroundings. What is the kind of money I earn? What is the kind of job I have? What is the kind of relationships I have? What is the kind of car and materialistic things I carry? I mean, these definitely give us the confidence. I cannot deny the importance of all these things. They are definitely essential because we are living a materialistic life here. We are spiritual beings on this in the form of humans, and we definitely deserve to live the material life. But I see most of us are stuck in that race where we attach our confidence to these things, and that's when these temporary things, they go for a toss for some time in life and there are roadblocks. The internal confidence gets shattered. So this is the motto that I live by, and I want to spread this message to a lot of people. Inhale confidence and exhale self-doubt. Yeah, that's something I want to start the show with. So thank
Really
you so much
nice.
for giving me this opportunity.
Really nice. So, if I talk about you, like how did your past life has affected the person you wanted to be in your life and what you are? So, this is related to like when we were growing, we have certain thoughts. So, onto that, what thoughts you were having for your career aspirations and what you are doing. So,
Okay.
differencing between both.
Sure. As I was growing up, I was always very fascinated towards teaching. The moment I would come from school, my parents would say that this person has come and she's going to speak like a parrot every time. But I had two different personalities. One was very different at school and one was very different at home. So I was highly passionate about speaking, interacting, and being the teacher to people. As I would see my teachers in school, I was just in love with this profession. And I would come home and I would do all my studies on that big blackboard that I had. And I had invisible students in my class at home where I used to teach them. I think this went on for 10 long years. I was constantly enjoying the virtual world that I created in my mind. But if I talk about reality, when I used to go out of my house and meet people in social gatherings and in school, I was a very different person. Very religious in terms of studying, very sincere in all of that, took part in activities. But in terms of being my true authentic self or expressing myself openly, I always had a lot of inhibitions and I did not really represented my true self. So a lot of people, if they are able to look at me right now, they would say that she is a 360-degree transformed personality. Because in school, I would not talk unnecessarily to anyone, just had 2 and 3 friends, and that's it. I did not want to speak extra anything, and I just kept on to myself. And I think these two opposite personalities which I had within me, especially at home, where my parents would say that stop talking now, don't be a parrot, at least give rest to your mouth for some time, we are tired like listening to you, give some peace to yourself. And I was actually that opposite personality in school. So for 14 years I spent in school, and the 4 years that I spent in college, I still had that same personality. Very different at home and very different in the outside world.
Right.
So I've always, as I said, I always wanted to teach people and express myself in front of people, but I kept doing it in my mind. I wanted to be a radio jockey, I wanted to be a journalist, a newsreader, or a teacher. But when it came to expressing myself in front of people while I was growing up, I would hardly do that. Hardly. Like I just did not have, maybe I did not have the courage, or I just thought it's a waste of time. So I just kept on to myself. So because it created a very different sort of inner turmoil inside me of what exactly am I? Like, why am I not doing what I really like? Whenever my teachers used to, give me the opportunity to be the class monitor or take up the role of the head girl or any house captain or participate in inter-school debate competition, my first thought and my first reaction would be, no, I will not. I am good at studying and I'll do that. But
Right.
sometimes they would say, no, I have given your name. You now need to go and represent the school. So I would just do that very unwillingly. So I think that created a lot of inner turmoil within me. I wanted to be something, but I could not do that. And I
Okay.
pretended to be someone else for a longest period of time. So when I started my journey, I completed my engineering and I started as a software engineer. I worked in the role of the business analyst, SAP analyst, and did a couple of roles. And that moment, I became a part of the Toastmasters Club. And I started giving a lot of speeches and taking up leadership roles. Like suddenly I started doing it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I got such a great feedback from my club members that one day I got so emotional that 14 plus 4 years that I had spent in school and college, I thought I literally wasted my true potential. Why? I even don't know. Maybe I did not have the fear of judgment of other people. I had fear of judgment inside me itself.
Right.
There were some sort of demons which were holding me back.
Self-doubt.
So that moment, I decided that I'm going to leave my technical job because this is not what is giving me happiness. And then there happened a couple of events which made me go into a lot of overthinking. And then it led to a lot of anxiety. And then I suffered from bad health for a long period of time, and none of the medicines were working in that case. And I completely understood it is my thought process which I need to change. And unless I change that, no matter I go to 4 doctors, 5, 6, nothing is working. Not even a single medicine is working because my mind was used to lot of overthinking and always thinking negative.
Right.
So that was the time I took charge of my life, and I left that technical job because it was not my sole purpose. It was not my calling at that moment. And I started my journey as a soft skills skills trainer, as a communication coach, and I felt very liberated. And things were going very well by that time. And then suddenly I felt this calling for a lot of inner work, which is called internal development. So through soft skills training, I was doing the external development for people and for myself, but I thought that was just the half part of one's personality, and everything has to start from within. So that's where I would not say that I'm a teacher right now, but in some way I'm definitely teaching, coaching, mentoring people. So I ended up coming here, although I never in my wildest dream even imagined to choose this profession. Never ever. So that's something about my journey.
Nice journey and really wonderful one. Thoughts always keep on changing, and we always think of something, but we end up doing something. So sometimes conflicting, sometimes self-doubting also. So onto this further, if I ask you about things you are passionate about in your life, so what are those things, and what is the role of motivation or inspiration onto it further?
Okay, that's a very beautiful question because I've thought about this a lot. The only thing that right now I'm passionate about is interacting with people and helping them in some or the other way through my knowledge and through my experience in my field. I do not have idea about other things. I take help from other people in those areas. But what I'm truly passionate about from the depth of my heart, like I simply love the work that I do. And I think because of the journey I've had, universe planned all of this for me to give me two different dimensions to my personality. Like I am a 360-degree person, completely changed right now. So that gives me a lot of passion for interacting with people and helping them, because I know what it feels like to be here, and now I know what it feels like to be here.
Right.
So I don't think so I am passionate about anything else apart from this, because a few days ago I was updating my LinkedIn bio and I just wrote one thing there which I've removed right now because there are only set number of characters that we can put there. That I just wrote there in my bio that there is no other work in this world as of now which I think I can do better than what I am doing currently. So that's my answer.
That's really wonderful. So if I ask you about your work and experiences, so how you started your career and what all you did so far?
Yes, so I started my career as a software engineer, and I worked in corporate for almost 4 to 5 years. And then I realized that this is not something which I am enjoying doing. It's not giving me any sort of joy and bliss, because as I told you, for so many years, if you restrict your soul to do something that you have been longing to do, at some point there's going to be a blast. And you would actually have to come out your shelf and be your authentic self. So then I took a leap of faith and I started as a communication coach. I started my journey during the COVID time. I started training a lot of students in communication and public speaking. And then as I was helping a lot of students in the workshop, even their parents started noticing as I was doing the online workshops, and they started taking one-to-one coaching and consulting with me. So these were all the parents who were working in the corporate, had almost 10 to 15 years of experience, and as they were moving up the leadership role, they seek my help for helping them improve their communication skills. And that's where, as I sort of started getting opportunity to interact with even the corporate professionals and helping them enhance their skills, I sort of developed more confidence in what I can help people with. And then apart from working on that for 2 years, I started my journey as a life coach, where I help people develop a strong mindset and improve their core confidence from within. I also help them with emotional healing, because I feel that if somebody is going through a lack of confidence, it's because of the turmoil of emotions inside them, and these negative emotions need to come in balance. So I help them with emotional healing, and then after the conscious healing work that I do with them, I help them as a life coach to look further into their life and then see how they can achieve their goals with a positive mindset.
Great.
So that's my job profile.
Nice. So what is your vision, mission and goal in life for next 5 to 10 years from now?
Yes. So I'll tell you, I am not a person who keep any sort of numbers attached. No numbers as such that I want to help these many people, and I just go with the flow. Why? Because I've seen a number of instances in my life where I planned something and I couldn't do that. But there were a lot of times when I did not expect to go on a vacation the next day. But one day I was just sleeping. I woke up and I thought, oh, let me pack my bag and go. And that was the most beautiful vacation I've ever had. So I think I'm very spontaneous in the kind of work that I do. The vision, mission, and the goal is to help more and more and more people. Because right now I'm seeing that with the corporate pressure increasing and with people chasing their goals, it seems the reality. But that's not the reality. The reality is to get in touch with your inner calling, with your soul, and be at peace with knowing that not everybody can like you, not everybody, that you cannot align with everyone, and that you will have difference of opinions with people. And that's where I just want to help more and more and more people. It
Right.
comes from the expertise that I've got as a coach and as a healer. But apart from it, there are a lot of my own personal life experience that I bring on the table. And that's why I'm so able to resonate with each and every person who comes with their emotional turmoils. So that's my goal, helping more and more people, and also especially helping children above 9 years of age. I've helped a couple of children and teenagers in this case by coaching them on developing a strong mindset, because the students that I worked with, they are doing wonderfully well in their school life, in their academic life. But when I actually spoke to them and I was coaching them one-to-one, I realized that many of them are quite emotional. And when they are very emotional and sensitive, whatever happens to them in school, in terms of marks, in terms of getting competition from people, in terms of taking criticism from their fellow mates or from their teachers or whatever, for some of them it strikes them too much. Like it just goes deep inside them and they just do not know how to process it. And I feel that this age of 7 to 10 years is such a crucial age, that where if children know how to process their emotions and not take everything that comes to them so personally, they are going to change their future, because they are changing the foundation in their growing years. Because somebody who does not know how to handle their emotions at a young age will first of all not share it with their parents, and mostly because there's too much pressure in school, they will not share it with everyone, and they think that what they are thinking is the reality, and sometimes it keeps on consuming them.
Correct.
And because all of this shapes into their thought process and the belief system, and this belief system continues till the age of 30, 40, 50, 60, and they keep repeating that personality, that limited potential. They keep representing that they have this much potential, but they represent only this much in their work and their world. Why? Because nobody taught them all of this. So my
Correct.
endeavor is to just help a lot of people in this particular area.
Correct. That's really nice. So now, if I ask you about the most important life lessons you have learned in your life from personal or professional journey so far.
One very important lesson is never compare yourself with anyone else in any aspect of life, whether it is what profile you choose in your 11th and 12th grade, what career you choose, what kind of friends you have, what kind of accolades you have got, what kind of achievements you have got, what kind of medals, certificates, what kind of exams you are clearing, what kind of profession you get into, whether you got a promotion or you not got a promotion and your friend got a promotion, when did you buy a car, when did your friend buy a car. Just do not compare yourself with anyone, because the truth is that we all, when we are born with our sole purpose. If God had to make everyone similar, then why would we all look different?
Correct.
We are born with a specific purpose, and because we forget our true purpose when we are born, and universe teaches us those life lessons to come in front of the sole purpose that we have. So there is no way that any comparison is going to help. Somebody was born to become a CA, somebody was born to become a doctor, somebody was born to become a coach, somebody was born to become an actor. So we cannot say that, oh my God, I didn't clear the IIT JEE exam and my friend cleared it. Maybe
Right.
you tried 4 times, 5 times, maybe that's not your sole purpose. Why you are born on this planet God sent you, universe sent you for fulfilling something else. So always first connect with your passion, and you will never get your passion very instantly. I got my passion very quickly, I would say. Not very quickly, but with ease. But I have seen a lot of people that I come in contact with, they struggle to find their passion. I do a passion test with them and I help them find that. But even sometimes after that, they are confused that, okay, I've got a little bit of idea, but now there are 3-4 options in my mind. What do I do? Then I tell them, unless you explore, you will never get an answer. So don't look at anyone else's life, no comparison. Mangoes cannot be compared to oranges. Never. When two people were not born on the same day, not born on the same month, not born in the same year, were not born in the same family, never had the same situations around them, never had the same circumstances, never had the same thought process, never made the same choices, never made the same decisions, never, interpreted their events same in their life. No two people can have all of these things similar. So then there is no way that we can compare the result of a person with another person, because the starting point is so different. So the end has to be different.
True.
So that's the lesson that I've learned. No comparison at all. Yeah.
Really nice thought, because in journal life we tend to do these type of distinction between people, but it's better to understand their own journey instead of comparing them. So that's really important. Now moving on to the next one, you have spoken about the inner transformation. So on to this further, can you explain the concept of inner transformation as a catalyst for achieving outer success? How does addressing inner healing, self-love or mindfulness living contribute to a personal growth and overall success on various aspects of life?
Yeah, so thank you for asking this question. One of the very common beliefs that we have been taught from our childhood is that in order to become successful in life, there are two ways of living. One is to do something, to have something after doing that, and then becoming successful. The second way of life that we have been taught is to have something, and because I have something, I'm going to do something, and as I do something, I become something. So the first way of living is do, have and be, and the second way of living that has been taught to us is have, do and be. Let me take an example. Do, have and be means first I do my studies sincerely, then I have a job, I perform well, and what do I become then? I become successful in my career.
Right.
The next way of living is have, do and be. That means I have time, I have resources, I have money, right? And as I have this, I do my job, I do my business, or I start my business, or I start my venture, or I start my NGO, anything. Now I do this, I do the work. And then what I do, what happens as a result of it, I become happy, I become successful. But the right way of living is I become something. So it's be, do and have. First, I become that person. And how do we become the person that we want to in our lives is by doing the inner work. So start with doing the inner work where you become something. So that once you become something, you raise your vibration. And whatever you want is there in the universe. It's there. And it's vibrating at this frequency. And as you do the inner work, you also start vibrating at this frequency. And then like attracts like. So you attract all of that in your life. As you attract that in your life, because you have become that person, now it's easy for you to do the work in that field and then have whatever you are looking for, whether it is your definition of happiness or financial freedom or your definition of good relationships, anything. So it all starts with the be, do and have. So that's the power of inner work. Once we look into ourselves and we face our inner demons, why are we feeling angry? Why do we feel jealous? Why do we feel insecure? Why do we feel lack of confidence? Why do we have fears? Why do we have anxiety? Why do we have certain phobias? All of this, we have to find the answer to all of this through inner work. There is no other alternative for it.
Correct.
We can go to a number of doctors if we face anything, but what is medicine gonna do for a long time? Like, it can cure anxiety, it can cure depression to some extent, but if you do not change the inner engineering inside you, like your subconscious mind, you do not reprogram it through inner work, you will keep having those triggers in life and you can fall down. You can again have that kind of fears, anxiety, depression again. So the thing is, for a sustainable way of achieving that bliss and joy, we need to do the inner work so that we face our demons. It is difficult to face those demons and it is not easy. The inner work is not easy. There will be many times when you will start your healing journey and you will start to release your old patterns or any negative beliefs that you keep in mind, and one day you will feel, I've become so confident. The other day you will have certain situation in your life and you will feel again at the rock bottom, and you will feel that my 30 days of hard work in inner engineering, it just went for a toss. But no, it never goes for a toss. We have to understand that healing is never a linear journey. It is never an upward journey. It is like a zigzag. Sometimes it is at a high, sometimes it is at a low. So once we start healing, we release any sort of negativity from the past. We release any sort of negative beliefs that do not serve us in our life. We release any sort of conditioning that we have grown up hearing. All of that gets released through the inner work and we feel very light from inside. Only when we feel light from inside, we attract more happiness, more abundance and even more opportunities in life. Actually, opportunities ना हमारे सामने होती हैं, बट क्योंकि हम इनर वर्क नहीं करते और हमारे आंखों के आगे एक पर्दा होता है, तो हमें वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी नहीं दिखती और हम कहते हैं माय लाइफ इज सो मिजरेबल, गॉड डजंट लव मी, ही डजंट प्रोवाइड मी एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज, आई एम ओनली सफरिंग. द थिंग इज वी सफर बिकॉज वी कीप दैट ब्लैक शैडो इन फ्रंट ऑफ आवर आईज. द मोमेंट वी रिमूव दैट, opportunity is there. We need to grab that. So that's the power of inner work.
Right. That's really a nice explanation, I would say. So onto this further, if I ask you to share some practical strategies or techniques that individuals can use to initiate their initial inner transformation journey. So how do these practices help them to overcome challenges when we have a low confidence or negative emotions or any kind of past trauma or any kind of such situation? So how to create positive changes in outer reality?
Yeah, the one very important thing is meditation. Anybody can start meditation, but if some people have a lot of difficulty to meditate, they can always take the help of some professionals who can guide them how to meditate. And meditation is such one of the best ways of developing a calm mind. And the second thing is start to take out time in your life where you just sit with yourself without the disturbance of the outer world and you do nothing. Now some people have a lot of problem with sitting and doing nothing because from our childhood we have been conditioned to quantify the results in terms of the 24 hours that we had. Acha, 30 minutes you spent in this, 30 minutes you spent in this. Acha, why are you sitting like this? You don't have work to do? Do and go and do this. So we all are conditioned that way. So इसलिए बहुत difficult हो जाता है when we grow up and somebody says that sit in silence and don't do anything. Just observe yourself. It becomes very difficult. Some people need people around them because they are so uncomfortable in their own presence. So the second thing I would say is start to become comfortable in your own presence and start to just sit and do nothing. Just observe your thoughts. सिर्फ ये समझो कि what do I think about? What is my thought pattern? And in the morning, one can start to write their thought journal. So the moment they open their eyes, they should keep a thought journal near them. And the moment they open their eyes, they should write the thought journal. Whatever comes to their mind. Write unfiltered thoughts. कोई भी filter लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है कि this is a good thought, oh I'm again feeling negative and all of this is coming to me. Just keep writing. If you do this for 21 days and you then flip through your pages, you will actually notice that आपका थॉट प्रोसेस कैसा है, आप सुबह उठते ही कैसे सोचते हैं, क्या आप सेम चीज इसी पैटर्न पे बार बार अटके हुए हैं, एंड दैट इज व्हाई you start to have low energy in the morning and then you say okay अब ऑफिस जाना है, अब ये भी करना पड़ेगा and all of that. So I think creating a thought journal is very important, getting familiar with your own thought process. And the third thing is identifying the triggers. So if you face any uncomfortable situation in life, start noticing the triggers and start mentioning them in a log or in a notebook that these are the triggers. ये सारे triggers होते हैं मेरी life में and this causes me a lot of discomfort. And the thing is we cannot change the outer world. If it is causing discomfort, that means it's an indication from the universe that this is something that you need to work on. So start working on that. And if you feel, keep sharing with a lot of like-minded people. Keep sharing your thought process with your friends who you can genuinely trust and believe in. And if you feel that you want to accelerate your performance, one can always take help of any coach that they trust in their life, because it is always better to speak to someone and elevate your performance.
Correct.
So even I have coaches and mentors in my life. Doesn't mean that I'm a coach myself, so I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I also need people in my life to grow. So I think it's very important to have growth-oriented people in your life whom you can at least speak once a month and get some help.
So internal and external both ways, you need some help from yourself and from others as well. So
Yeah.
that's really important one. And if I talk about further onto this, like in today's fast-paced and demanding world, so many people struggle with maintaining consistency in their personal or professional growth. So how do you support your clients in staying committed and consistent throughout their inner transformation process? So what advice you would like to offer to individuals who feel overwhelmed or discouraged away through any which ways?
Yeah, that usually happens. People start on a very high note, and after 2-3 weeks, the momentum comes down. And that's where the role of me as a coach comes in, because since they have opted for my services, I need to be accountable to them more than they are accountable to me. And I keep reminding them again and again that, are you doing this? Give me, we actually work on their routine, the morning routine and the evening routine. And it's very essential to find that time for setting up the routine, setting up the processes, setting up their habits, and that's how they start to reprogram their subconscious mind. So I know that it's a human psychology that they would again start to feel demotivated, and they will say, okay, ab bahut kaam ho gaya, okay, today I'm taking break. But it's my duty to remind them, and that's how I think once we have an accountability partner, it helps in not feeling low and then again starting from there. One advice that I give to everyone is, do not be perfect. Do not chase perfection. Perfectionism is a myth. If one day you're not wanting to do something, that's okay. Take a break. Just talk to your soul that what does the soul want. Soul says, I don't want to work today. I'll just enjoy and I'll do nothing. Then do nothing. But make sure that you're not taking a gap of more than 48 hours. That means in one day we have 24 hours. Don't take a gap of more than 2 days in forming up your habits. Because if you take a gap of more than 2 days, you again go back to square one, and then you feel, oh, everything got waste and I need to start again. So make sure that you have some physical system in front of you where you can note down the dates, what you're doing and what is your progress. And as you keep ticking, you start to feel happy looking at your progress on a physical level. And if you have someone, like I tell them that, you tell me once you do this in the morning, just send me that I've done it. And then I ask them, okay, now that you have come from office, are you doing this by 10 p.m? Just send me a message that you have done this and send me a picture of what all you're doing. So I think this definitely helps, and we don't have to chase perfectionism. It's all about progress over perfectionism.
Nice. So that's really working well, I guess, for your clients.
Yes. And I also tell them that don't take it as a work. अगर आप ये सोचोगे कि ऑफिस के वर्क के ऊपर मुझे ये करना है, तो डेफिनेटली बहुत डिफिकल्ट लगेगा. अगर आपका why क्लियर है, when your why is very clear, that why you have enrolled with me, why do you want to transform your life, अगर आप उस why को एक पेज पे 50 times लिख लो रात को सोने से पहले, and then you read why I need to do the inner work and why I need to do this particular activity to change my thought process, then it becomes very easy to do that. अगर आपका why clear नहीं है, your mind will find hundreds of excuses not to do that.
Correct.
And then you will say, मुझे time नहीं मिल रहा है.
That's true. It always happens with many people. So that's really nice to know about the process, how you work along with your customers and help and support them. So really wonderful thing. Now, if I ask you, like, what is your take on success and what do you feel about the same?
My take on success, if you asked me 5 years ago, was progressing in career and earning enough that makes me feel that I am growing in life. But now my take on success is absolutely very different. It is about that when I have that inner bliss, inner joy, and inner satisfaction inside me. And when I follow my value system, I have a lot of values in my life, and if I follow my top 3 value systems by the end of the day, and I stay true to myself and I follow my soul calling, I do things because I like to do them, I think that's success for me. That's success. If I am happy, if I am joyful, if I am blissful, I feel peaceful, that's success for me. Very simple.
Right.
And no comparison at all. Again, I would say success for me is when I understand, when I accept myself the way I am. Not that I do not work on my weaknesses if I accept myself. No,
Right.
I accept my strengths and my weakness, and then I keep on working on myself. If I see someone performing better than me, then instead of feeling so insecure. Oh, why should I applaud them? No, I am going to applaud them because I have to get inspired from them. That is real success. Where I do not get affected by anyone else who is ahead of me. Because all I have to take is, I have to bless them that you're so good, you're so courageous, you're doing so well in life. That means you are inspiring me. And if
Correct.
I'm able to get inspired and do better, good. If I'm not able to do, and it takes me 2 more years to reach their level, that's also absolutely okay, because I completely accept myself the way I am. And I know that if I'm born on this planet, I was born for a purpose. If I had to be like that XYZ person, then God would have made me XYZ only. But He has made me what I am. That means I have a different journey. So that's my
Correct.
take on success.
Correct. And really nice thought onto this. And this is really important when you are moving in your life's journey. You see people who are ahead of you. So get inspired from them. And there are people who are behind of you. So support them in whatever ways you can. So that would be the real meaning of whatever you are doing in a positive way. So that's really important. Now we are on last one. Any message or advice you would like to share with our viewers and listeners?
Yeah, my message to viewers is be more and more kind, be more and more compassionate, and be more and more empathetic. The world has enough of negativity already. Please do not judge anyone and react negatively, because you never know how the other person perceives it, and it can hurt them, and it can actually hamper their thought process. It can make them doubt themselves. It can make them feel that they are not good enough, because words have power. Although we say that don't get affected by other people's words, believe in yourself, but still, because we are humans, somebody can get affected by the words that you use. So be
True.
very careful that you do not judge anyone. And if you find someone who is at a different opinion than you, then if you don't want to agree with them, that's okay. But at least respect their opinion. And do not think that what you are, the other person is going to be like that. Yes, if you do not like them, set boundaries and move away. But try to be as much kind, compassionate, and empathetic as much as possible. I think these are the 3 qualities which are needed by everyone in school, in colleges, in the world that we are working in our professional lives. It is very much needed. और जब यही चीजें नहीं होती ना, तो our ego comes into picture. And when the ego comes, then why should I bend in front of this person? Then relationships, they get spoiled, and jealousy, anger, so many things come into picture. So I believe that I'm very kind from my childhood, very kind and very helpful. Like anyone in my class, if my friend did not show me their answer right, if I was absent in the class, I would feel bad. Oh my God, they're not showing me the answer. Why? I mean, what's the need to hide? Like, will I get more marks than them? But if there was someone who said that, Tanya, I was absent for the last 4 days, what has ma'am done? And this person used to say, wait for 5 minutes, the ma'am is teaching something, I'll show you later. The other person also used to say like this. And I was the one who always used to say, I'm going to show you. And I used to like sometimes skip my lunch and then help the person कि आपको समझ में आ जाए. You know, it used to give me a lot of happiness. So I know that maybe that's the quality I'm blessed with. So, and I know that it brings a lot of positivity and it helps the other person also feel better.
Correct.
So I feel that that's why I'm propagating it, and I think the world needs it. So that's my message to everyone. Just be a little more kind and
Yes.
do not judge.
Correct.
And you can only do 2 things. Either you can judge or you can understand someone. If you want to understand someone, then you have to drop the judgment. अगर आपने judge कर लिया कि अरे ये तो ये कर रहे हैं अपने career में, they speak like this, इन्हें तो ये आता भी नहीं होगा. If we start judging, then we will never be able to understand. So yeah, that's my take on this.
Correct. Either you be biased or you be friendly. So
Yeah.
that was really interesting discussion we had. You have shared so many amazing facts, and you have shared like how we can be more impactful overall in our personality, and how we can create like inner self-actualization, and also improve on our overall personality, and also how we can connect with people with more empathy, more belongingness. That is one really an important thing we should follow in day-to-day life, because we are connected with people, and we always be connected with them any which ways. So it's really a best thing that we support them, help them, guide them wherever we can, and we also seek the same kind of support, help wherever we require their help. So that was really an enjoyable conversation with you, and I'm looking forward to have you again. Like more similar kind of a conversation maybe on this topic or different topic, but looking forward to that again soon. Thank you so very much, Tanya, for your time, and you have shared so many wonderful things today. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's a pleasure to be here and sharing my thoughts. So, thank you, all the viewers, for watching, and thank you, Jitendra ji, for inviting me.
Sure. Thank you. And I will also share your social media links so that people can be in touch with you, take your help and guidance also wherever they feel like taking your support. And guys, don't forget to check that out too. Thank you so very much, everyone, for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you and bye bye. Thank you, Tanya.